Welcome in Leeuwarden, live from the Electric Brutus. Normally it's all about hugging and cheering on to each other at the 11 cities, but this time it feels kind of weird to have the distance. Ritska, give us a bit of an update on how we are seeing the SUP 11 events for this year.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult situation for everybody. So I'm not gonna talk about Corona because there's I think millions of experts talking about Corona and the effects on everybody. So I'm gonna focus on what does it mean for us for the events we are organizing the second half of the year. So, and that's straight away one of the big advantages. We're in the second half of the year, September, because as it is now, everything is in lockdown. So it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen. But as every event at this moment, we're working with scenarios. And our scenario is that traveling will be possible in September. And we are aiming for organizing both events with some adjustments.
And what are the adjustments? What are we? What have we been discussing last week with the three of us?
Yeah, well, we've been discussing. Well, one of the major things, of course, is keeping distance. That's one of the things that's changed. So keeping distance means that our traditional sleeping boats, the vessels we sleep on, with 4 people in one room, are not suitable for Corona distance. So the sleeping boats will be cancelled, and we're now looking into other options. And as it is now, we're looking at sleeping in tents, sleeping in campers, sleeping in Airbnb, sleeping in hotels, but not sure how much is available at that time. So that's one of the major changes we're looking into.
But I mean, the distance is still the same, isn't it? So if people are still able to train outside on the water, they have to keep on training, right?
Yeah, but you know, well, if you see what's happening in our community, and that's also one of the advantages of this time. There's not a lot of advantages. Let's be clear about that. But one of the advantages, people become very creative. If you see, for example, how Casper is training, how Bruno is training, how everybody's training to keep fit. Well, it's amazing, and it's fun to see. It's fun to watch. But everybody keeps fit, and we're lucky in the Netherlands. We're still allowed to be on the water, maximum 2 persons, but we're allowed to train, so people can train here. And we was in contact with Chris from Australia, Chris Parker, and they're also allowed to train outside. So they're allowed to train. But in a lot of countries, you have to stay inside. So they train in the room or in the kitchen or in the garden or whatever, wherever they're training. But keep fit, so you can do the 11 city tour in September or the SUP 11 Islands tour in Thailand in November.
Okay, thanks for the explanation. And we'll keep you guys all up to date.
Yeah, well, maybe one more thing to tell about both events, because it's so uncertain at this moment. We took out the cancellation policy from the websites, and we're gonna wait until there's more clear in June and July to talk about the options for cancellation or postponing the event.
Okay, thanks so much.
You're welcome.